Hey y'all, I'm so excited to be sharing my next collection with y'all. So this is for August. It is back to school, but it also can be used for just like anything school related. And so I wanted to kind of make it versatile in that way that you could use it all throughout the year for different things that you do for your child's school or really anything that they have throughout the year that you take pictures of. So I'm going to start with the ephemera. I have 4 sheets of ephemera, and I'm going to kind of go through them really quick. When I say ephemera, I just kind of mean like something that can be cut out and used as an embellishment. And so I'll talk about this first one. So this is kind of meant to just fussy cut the white hearts. I mean, you can really do whatever you want though. You don't have to do that. You can cut the little elements out. You can use it. You can cut like them in strips, meaning like cut the 3 across. But this is my favorite just because I really went through kind of the things that I remember about school and I added them. Y'all remember the binders with the Velcro, and so those were called Trapper Keepers. And then they came out with the zipper ones, but this one was more old school. Then of course I had to do paper airplanes, colored pencils, which we called them map pencils or map colors. So if you'll notice, I mean, if you see that, I put map pencils on there versus colored pencils. Of course, watercolors. And then I wrote down here, don't forget your smock. Things could get messy because I totally remember having to bring a smock for my school supply or part of my school supplies. Of course, you had lockers, and then the dry erase markers were like, I think when I was in school, the dry erase boards were like starting to come out, and everyone wanted to write with those with the teacher's markers. Then you had the little, oh, now I'm like drawing a blank on what this is called. I'll come back to that. But then you had the little thing that you played the game, and they picked the fortune teller. They picked the color and then the number and whatnot. And then of course the cute little pencil box. And then if you didn't play MASH, I mean, were you even alive? Come on. MASH was one of our favorites. So I added this just as kind of a fun little piece. You can cut the stuff out. You can leave it as is. You don't have to use it at all. It's just kind of one of those things that I really loved. And it kind of just brought everything together. I didn't mention this, but the name of the collection is Study Hall. I chose that just because I feel like everyone wanted to be in that class. I don't even know if they have study halls anymore, but I feel like that's kind of one of the things I remember about school is wanting to be in study hall or wanting a study hall as part of my schedule, just so that I could have kind of more of a social hour. So these are just some plain labels you can cut out. These work really great I'm going to pull this real quick. These work great in your like silhouette or Cricut. They'll trace really nicely, and you can cut those out pretty easily. I cut these out just to kind of show you some variety. You can cut these out with your silhouette, but I actually cut mine out with a circle punch. It was pretty easy. So if you don't have a silhouette or Cricut, you can use like a 1.5 circle punch to get the little white, background, or I'm sorry, the white outline, or you can use like a 1 1/4 punch, and I think you will get more of the inside, like with the element, the icon. And so I just added some cute little things here, like the books and the backpack, another, like a couple of the Trapper Keeper binders, some pens, and then markers. Let's see what else. This you probably can't see it very well. It just looks like white hearts, but actually they're notebook paper hearts. So, and then lastly with the ephemera, just some cute little labels. These are themed, so some of them are pretty themed, or I guess more geared towards first day, or more geared towards the beginning of school. So supply shopping, because I feel like a lot of people take pictures of that. First day outfit, doing a donut run could be all throughout the school year. First day of school, meet the teacher, which we do, which most people probably do now. I don't know if they have a book day anymore. We used to have book day where we would go and we'd have to like purchase our books. Or if it was like elementary school, we had to go and like get our uniforms and stuff like that. So I don't know if they even do this anymore, but I thought that'd be fun to add. Also, like just for your everyday, Monday through Friday, of course. And then we have like weeknight, school night, And then of course August, and then they all have some cute little element, like some sketchy hearts or some little plus signs, scissors, different things on each one. Also, this color scheme is really bold for me normally, but I really did like the way that it came out. And I'll show you, this is printed on really good paper, but I'll kind of show you, I'll compare it to something a little bit more like where the color is less bold. And so I'll show that to you here in just a bit. Just some colored pencils coming down. I hand drew most of the elements in here. I think I hand drew, with the exception of maybe like a couple of things that I just added my own touch to. But some colored pencils for you. That's the whole color scheme, the same color scheme all throughout. So these are pretty much all the colors I used, with the exception of like maybe a couple aren't included in this, like the darker green. But these are pretty much all the colors I used throughout the whole collection. This is cute. It just has a cute little like crayon look going across, and then it has your days of the week going down. Just some cork board. If you've been following me a while, you know I love cork. So cork with some hearts, some stars, tone-on-tone stars in pink. And then a grid design with some spiral notebooks and some pens, some clicky pens. I've got the Trapper Keeper in white, and then some paper airplanes. And then notebook paper, and this is pretty oversized, but I just almost decided to make it more of a, excuse me, to make it more of like a notebook paper size. I thought about that, but then I actually decided to keep it because I kind of liked the like character look of it. So I kept it that way. A cork board with some Post-its. So you can really do anything with this. You can cut it apart and use this on another sheet. You can add a picture right there in the center and then some journaling. You could use the picture down here and add your journaling here. Really whatever. I just really try to make things as versatile as possible. So what this is supposed to resemble is a cork board on top of like a marker board, if that makes sense. So you've all bought those from time to time, probably for like an office or for like your home, just to hang things like. Anyway, the point is that I kind of wanted to resemble that look. And then I had to add this. This so reminded me of school. My teachers were so particular about a blue or black pen and then writing your name, your date, the date and the assignment like underneath. And it always had to be on the right side and it had to be in that order. And so I remember that about school, and I thought that'd be fun to kind of add that. Here's just a variety of pens here. Tone-on-tone gray stars. I realized with my other collection, or my first two collections, that I needed a little bit more like simplicity mixed in these papers. And so I decided to do some more simple designs as well. Some markers. These look like your typical Crayola markers, and there's a variety of colors there. Really simple grid design with blue, or in blue. So same paper as the other Trapper Keeper paper, but it's got a pink background. Also want to mention that some of these are geared towards boys and some of them are geared towards girls, and you can mix and match obviously, but I have 2 boys and a daughter, and so I really wanted something where I could use different tones to kind of, capture different things and to document. So this one is what I'm kind of calling the boy version of like kind of a hodgepodge of different elements kind of thrown throughout, and then with the gray bottom, blue top. And then you've got your just hearts with the notebook paper, and they're going across the page with the gray background. Pink, so I think I called this one math. I'm not really sure, but it's the pink math version. Got the cute little crayon look going across with the books going across as well. And I believe that this background, I'm going to pull. So the background, if you'll kind of compare it, is actually kind of a light gray. So not a white background on that one. So I've got the tone-on-tone like teal stars with the cork. I had a pink version of this one. Then you have your composition notebook paper. I loved this. This is one of my favorites. And then I have the 2022 to 2023 down here. You can really do whatever you want with that. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with any of these. Lockers going across. And I thought about this paper when I was designing this one. The thing that ran through my mind was putting like a picture down here layered and then having the lockers like underneath. I thought that would be really cute. And then doing some maybe like ink splattering up here and call it done after that. These are the binder clips that everybody loves. Now they sell them, and I mean, used to, I think they were always like black, but now they have them in all different cute colors. So I decided to use a color scheme to create a pattern. Here's a green version of the math paper. The girl version of the hodgepodge stuff going across the page. And then you've got August and just black with different colors kind of just throughout. And this is also a pattern. And then you have just kind of it's got some of the different elements that are in here mixed in on this paper. This August is a little bit of a different font. I actually really like this font better than this font. I kind of wish I would have used this one on this one, but either way, I think it's fine. I like this because you can cut it apart and use it as like layers underneath your photos, or you can use it like as is. You can add a photo to this as is. But I just kind of decided to I'm going to try in every collection to try to have like one paper that has like a few different elements on it. And I did have this in my other collections as well. And that is it. So there are 24 papers. And I just couldn't stop, honestly. After I started designing them, I couldn't stop. And then there are 4 different ephemera pieces. They are, just so that you know, they are going to be separate purchases in my Etsy shop. So like the ephemera pack is going to be one set, and then the paper is going to be the other set. They are PNG files and they're zip files. Just so you know, you can use the print and cut method. Like for these, it's pretty easy with whatever machine you have. Just load them in as a PNG and then do your trace method however you normally would do. And then you can also use, of course, some circle punches with some of these as well. Okay, so this is printed on photo paper. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's kind of pricey. This is I use a Canon printer. I'll link that down below because I don't know the exact name of it. And it's brand new and it works pretty well. But a lot of it, and I know Andrea from Retro Hip Company mentioned that a lot of the times if you don't have the right paper, then your printer really isn't going to be that great. So if you're having trouble with your printer, it could be the paper that you're using. So this is Premium Plus photo paper for 50 sheets. It costs like $25, so it's pretty pricey, but like to print my collections, I do use that just so y'all can see the color scheme pretty well. But I do actually really love this like more toned down version. And so like when I reprint and use it like over and over again, then I'm going to use probably a cheaper paper like this. I'll have to link this paper down below because I'm not 100% on what it's called. I ordered it from Amazon. It's like a 65-pound weight, I think. Just a very simple cardstock. Nina Solar White looked a lot like this as well. So if you use Nina Solar in like the 80-pound, it turned out a lot like this. And so you don't have to use photo paper is kind of what I'm going at or getting at. I like both looks. They're very different looks to me. Obviously it's the same pattern, but the color is a little different. Even the pink is it's just kind of a more imperfect look. And so I feel like if you're going for that look, then this paper will be better for you anyway. The other thing I was going to mention is that I don't do Project Life cards for this because you can scale them down into Project Life cards. So if you get the download, you can go into whatever software you use to print. I use iPhoto, so I just select 6 at a time and then I customize the size to 4x3. You can do this in like PicMonkey or Canva, I think too. And so if you don't have like a software where you can do that, you can use one of those other ones. So I would recommend if you use like Pocket Page scrapbooking, these are so cute scaled down. I would highly recommend doing this just so you can kind of have a little bit of variety. But that is pretty much it. I wanted to share those couple things with you before I ended. I will talk to you guys soon and I appreciate your support, and I will see y'all very soon in my next video. Bye.